Open up the hearts cover right now. Bezrat Hashem, B'Shem Kol Yisrael. B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Hopefully very soon the guitar won't be a prop. It'll be the main thing. Be the main thing. Chevra, Zoom is kind of scary. Zoom is scary, I tell you. There's a lot of direct messaging going on. A lot of direct messaging that no one knows about. It's a very scary place. No? Safe. So Tefillah B'Shem Kol Yisrael for all the people that need a refuah. Pesach Reuven ben Yosef Sarah. Bracha Bas Yehudis. Miriam Dodi Bas Chanu Cheved. Yonah Bas Basia. And Mamish, every single neshama in the whole wide world. Everyone should have a refuah. Hashem, my God, and God of my fathers. What kind?
Set him in.
Help me labor in your holy Torah constantly, day and night, in holiness and purity. Let my Torah study arouse the very roots of the souls of Israel, which stem from the thought of God. And all the Jewish souls are rooted in the letters of the Holy Torah. Hashem, let my labor in the Torah so radiate that my Torah study will arouse the roots of the souls of Israel until they shine to one another. Baruch Hashem, that's clearly connected to Chanukah on so many levels. So we're talking about Neiros Chanukah and Shul. Halacha B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Shem Hashem. It is customary to light Neiros Chanukah in Shul each night of Chanukah between Mincha and Maariv. The Neiros Chanukah should be placed in a prominent position on the south side of the Shul to commemorate the miracle of the menorah and the base of Mikdash, which was on the south side of the Heichal. Whoever lights the candles in the Shul recites the bracha, even if he already said them when lighting at home. Similarly, if he's going to light at home after Maariv, he says the brachas at Shul and then repeats them at home. The exception to this, though, is Shechianu, recited on the first day of Chanukah. It should be recited only once at the first lighting. Ending off the halacha, to further publicize the miracle, the custom is that the Neiros Chanukah are lit in Shul each morning of Chanukah for the duration of davening, but without a bracha. You know, a couple more halachot regarding Chanukah. Bezrat Hashem, we should allow that to sink in. We're just trying to be balanced eating, right? We have to just open up our hearts deeper and deeper right now. This is the craziest Torah we're about to learn. There's really nothing else to say. I don't even know if I could speak right now. But I have to, B'Shem Kol Yisrael. The language of the Gemara is so strong. We are turning into chapter 2 of Soul of Chanukah, Shining Souls. Right? Last chapter we did was Shining Eyes. Right? Trying to have the eyes of Chanukah, the eyes of the Berditchever. You know, we discussed that in many Farkane. That's so good. So now we're doing Shining Souls. Every soul is shining. So the language of the Gemara is so strong. There is something called Makeh B'Patish. Sometimes you hammer something in the wall and it needs just one more knock. And without this final knock, the whole thing falls apart. The final knock is Makeh B'Patish. That's the final knock. This is found in Gemara Shabbos. I know all of you are wondering, where is this found? What's the source? What's the source? What's the source? Go on Svaria Shabbos 75b. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Simchas Torah are the highest. The Chanukah is the final knock, the Makeh B'Patish. This is crazy stuff. This is crazy. You thought Simchas Torah, we thought Simchas Torah was so high. Herzliya, we're partying, we're doing amazing things, and it was mamash gevalt. Chanukah's the final knock. The Baal Shem Tov says, the holy Baal Shem, that wherever you reach on Yom Kippur in Simchas Torah, you go reach even higher in Chanukah. When you bench Chanukah licht, all the gates of heaven are even to prayers which weren't answered on Yom Kippur. When you stand by the candles, it is your neshama, your soul, that is utmost aware of it. And on Yom Kippur, the light is not shining so much. It just shines just a little bit. So I'm standing before God saying, I'm sorry, I've been doing so much wrong. Please forgive me. Have you ever heard of anybody standing by the Chanukah light saying, I did so much wrong. I did this wrong and that wrong. You know why? It's very simple. When I kindle the Chanukah lights, Chevra, to begin with. True, I did wrong. Next time I'll do good. I'll be more careful. Is there any mistake big enough to tear us away from God? Of course not. This is the greatest revelation of the Chanukah lights. Just a little story. I feel like we've been doing story time. Chaim, I'm hearing like a little background noise, so I'm just going to mute you for 2 seconds. Mute. Amazing. That's one of the beauties of Zoom. That's one of the beauties. Open control. Open control. We all see it. Then there's the Nister stuff. There's the secret stuff people do with the private messaging. Anyways, there's a story that goes like this. There was a yid that mamish. Actually, I'm blanking on the story. But Rav Shlomo says that the gates are always open. It's just from our perspective. It's clear from the Torah that we're learning tonight that the gates are wide open on Chanukah, and it's so clear. So just imagine this: the gates are wide open, but from our perspective, they may be closed at times. So what do we have to do? We have to stand by the gate. Mamish, lean on the gate of heaven, of the heavens, and wait for the door to unlock. Hear it. You'll mamish feel it and hear it. But what's the problem with our generation? Right? We all struggle with this, that we're impatient. So the second we don't feel or hear the gates of heaven opening, we run away. All right, wait here for 30 seconds, boom, done. Or Rav Shlomo says the deepest, someone who's by those gates, pops in a cigarette, stands there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and hears the gates opening. Oh my gosh. You realize that the gates were open the whole time, but they're open that much wider. They're open that much wider. So that's what Chanukah is. The gates were open the whole time. But in Chanukah, it's so clear that they're open even more. That I did wrong in the past, right? I made a lot of, goals or, I guess we could say goals, Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, crying out to Hashem, we're going to do better, we're going to do this. And we still mess up because we're human. And it may not be so clear that God is forgiving us or that God or that God is angry at us. And Chanukah, it's so clear that he wasn't the whole time. He just wanted our hand the whole time. So Bezrat Hashem Chaver, we should just be leaning on the gates of heaven and mamish hear the door unlock. But it's like a gift from Hashem that we hear it unlocking because they were open the whole time. So Chaver, questions, comments, please feel free.
I'm walking right now on the streets. Are you able to hear me? Because I'll say something if it's clear. Is that a yes or? Wait. Can you guys hear me or not?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so one of the deepest songs in the world, we know Shlomo sings it. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. So, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. Dabru alev Yerushalayim, Vikiru eleha. What does it mean, Dabru alev Yerushalayim, Vikiru eleha? What does it mean to speak on the heart of Yerushalayim? What it means is exactly as Jacques was saying, that you don't know when the gate is going to open. So you have to call out onto the heart, Vikiru eleha, and you have to keep on calling onto it. You can't leave. You could be so close. You could be right on the heart of Yerushalayim. But if you don't keep on calling after it, if you don't keep on davening, if you don't keep on waiting for the gate to open, then you could leave and you could give up. And you're like, wow. And you won't even know like what was there. You won't even know the opportunity you missed because you gave up too soon. You did Dabra Alev Yerushalayim. You called out onto the hearts of Yerushalayim, onto the heart of Yerushalayim. You were right by the gate. But you didn't do Vikiru Eleha. You didn't keep on calling after her. And you missed it. So we learn that in order to actually be let through the gate, you don't know really when it's going to open. So you can't give up. You have to keep on calling after it. You have to keep on going because you never know when you're actually going to be let in. Dabra Alev Yerushalayim Vikiru Eleha. One of the deepest songs in the whole world, Bezrat Hashem.
We're so fortunate.
Do you hear me?
All the masters. Chaim, you have anything to say?
Actually, yeah, Shemani, you sound pretty charif. Do you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, it says in Shema Yisrael, "V'samtem dvarai ele al levavchem," which is also a very strange thing to say. Put these things on your heart. So what's the answer? Is that our heart is just to show us what the gates of heaven are like. The same thing. Your heart's not always open. You know, you can hear the most beautiful thing in the world, and it might not always go in. You have to put these dvarim, these words of Torah, these things on your heart. Let it just sit there and be ready for when the gates are open. Just have them leaning on that gate the whole time. The second it's open, the second we have that chance, we're in. The Torah's in. We're in. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's out of Sem. So I think connects to where you're getting at here, steps.
So good. It's the Makeh B'Patish. Just one more knock. Oh, Rav Nitai. Rav Nitai from Keriston. Oh, we just need to hear the movements. That's all we needed. Anyone else have anything to share? Shoshi, Samson, Tamar, Maya.
Well, my friends, you said it yourself that it was the Makeh B'Patish. I'm on the phone. So there's no need for any words because Chaim just put it so well for all of us.
That's so right.
Unless other people, I don't have any words. Other people might, except that everyone knows the Avlei Tzion. I don't know what was said. I came a little late, but everyone knows the Avlei Tzion. The showroom of the walls of Tzion, of Yerushalayim, are those who mourn over it. So by even mentioning the word Yerushalayim already, we are being his chut to see being rebuilt, hopefully tomorrow.
Amen. Anyone else want to just share any thoughts, or we're going to conclude? All right, Geshma, Chaim Weinstein, thank you for giving us the final knock. And Samson, of course. Chavra, thank you for coming on for our Kane. That was beautiful. I wish everyone, health, happiness, and success, whether you're an IDC, Mamish planning all of Chanukah for Am Yisrael, whether you're guarding Am Yisrael right now, and that's the reason we're doing Zoom. We're able to be on Zoom, all healthy, safe. Mamash Gavalt, Chaim Weinstein, literally leaving the comfortable, apartment in Herzliya, and now he's just ascending. He's ascending to join Tamar in the battlefield on the borders and literally just guard us. Chaver, we work together. It's not separate. We're together, mamash, throughout the whole week. B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Samson obviously connecting bridges late night in the library. Fardakane. Literally just screaming Nachmu in the streets of Washington Heights. How beautiful, how deep. And Shoshi and Stern getting ready for Chanukah. 20 days. Shoshi is ready. Chavra, be well. Continue tomorrow night.